And this is our first tense, present simple or present indefinite. We also call it present indefinite. So in present simple we learn some uses of present simple. Where do we use present simple? Okay, so these are the uses of present simple. First is to express a habitual action. Okay, it means that when we talk about habits of present time, there we use present simple. Okay, for example, he does exercise daily. So doing exercise is habit, that's why we use present simple tense for habits. Second use is to express general truths. So when we talk about general truths, universal truths, that cannot be changeable, so there we use present simple. For example, the sun rises in the east. Okay students, so this is what it also express general truth or universal truth which cannot be changed. Okay, and third use of present simple is it is also used to express a future event, future time, that is part of fixed timetable or fixed program. It means that when we talk about formal timing, so for formal timing we use present simple, okay, of the future. For example, you can see here the match starts at 9 o'clock. I can write it here, the match will start at 9 o'clock, but when we talk about formal writing, so there we use present simple, okay, for future events. The match starts at 9 o'clock. Okay, these are the three uses of present simple. So for habitual actions, for habits we use present simple, for general truth we use present simple, and for future event, for formal writing we use present simple. So these are the two helping verbs of present simple, do and does. Okay, for first person I, we, and for second person you, and for third person plural they, and third person plural noun we use do. And for third person singular, like he for male, she for female, and it for noun or non-living thing or animals we use it. And for third person singular we use does helping verb. Okay, helping verb is the main part of any sentence, any tense. Okay, so this is the formula student. You see, first of all we use subject. Subject is the doer of an action. Then we use verb first form. We always use first form in present simple. Okay, and after first form we use s or a. It depends on the subject. When we have third person singular like he, she, it, we use s or es in verb. When we do not have third person singular, there we do not use s or es. And then object is the receiver of an action. Then negative is subject, helping verb, then not, verb first form plus objects. So you can see here when we use helping verb do does, there we do not use s or es in verb. Okay, in third we use helping verb, then subject, then verb form, and then object. So students, you can see the examples. He teaches English daily. In affirmative you can see here teaches. Okay, why? Because when we use third person singular, so third person singular we use s or es. Okay, and when we have third person singular, there we use does helping verb. He does not teach English daily. And interrogative, does he teach English daily? So you can see students here the second example, they teach English daily. Just because of this third person plural, I haven't used here s or es. Okay students, so negative, they do not teach English daily. Just because of this third person plural, I have used do here and not s or es. Interrogative, do they teach English daily? Okay, now I move towards past simple. Student, here starts our past simple or past indefinite. So when we talk about past time, so there we use past simple. Basically past simple definition is that an action which is started in past and ended in past, and there we mention a specific time of that done action, there we use past simple. Okay, an action which is started in past and ended in past, and there we specified that time of doing action, there we use past simple. So there are some other uses of past simple. You can see here the first use of past simple is that It is used to indicate an action completed in the past with a specific time. Okay, it means that when any action is started in past and ended in past, there we use past simple with a specific time. Okay, so you can see the example, she left school last year. So you can see, students, second form, we use second form in past simple, and last year is the specific time. This leaving time is started in past and ended in past, so there we use past simple. And in past simple affirmative we use second form. And second use of past simple is that it is also used for past habits. So we can also use past simple for showing our past habits. For example, she always carried an umbrella when she was a child. I can, if I add any time, so I can write it here, she always carried an umbrella when she was in school or when she was a child. Okay, so what now, helping her. So did is the helping of past simple. Like in present simple we have do and does, but in past simple we have only one helping verb, did, and without helping verb we cannot identify the tense. Okay, and its formula is, first of all, in affirmative we use subject, simple tense, second form verb, second form, then object, and time, specific time in the last. And if we do not mention a specific time, it becomes present perfect. So it is mandatory to use a specific time in past simple. So negative, in negative we use subject first, then helping verb, then not, then verb first form, then object, then time. And in helping verb, then interrogative we use helping verb, did first, subject, verb first form, object, then time. Okay, you can see in affirmative we use second form, but in negative we use first form, just because when we use helping verb, so we do not use second form. Okay, students? And this is the example of past simple tense. So in affirmative I have made here tense, he wrote a letter yesterday. Okay, so in this sentence you see wrote is the second form, because we use second form in past simple, and he subject, wrote second form verb, a letter is object, and yesterday is specific time. Okay, in negative I use he did not write a letter. So you can see in place of wrote I mentioned here write, because first form we use first form when we make its negative, and we use here helping verb, he did not write a letter yesterday. And in interrogative we also use first form and use helping verb, did he write a letter yesterday. Okay, this is our past simple. Now I start future simple. So what is future simple? So when we talk about future plan, or when we talk about conditional sentences, a time which comes after few moments or later in the future, there we use future simple. So these are the uses of future simple. We use future simple to express a future plan. For example, he will get his eyesight checked in near future, or tomorrow, or next week. Or its first use is future plan, to express future plan, and second use is when we talk about conditional sentences. In conditional sentences we have two parts, main clause or dependent clause, or main clause or subordinate clause, or independent clause or dependent clause. For main clause or independent clause we use future simple. Okay, sir? So you can see example here of conditional sentences. So if he comes earlier I will go. So in this part you see here present simple, because it is dependent clause or subordinate clause, or this part is independent clause or main clause. So you can see in independent clause I have used the tense future simple, I will go. Okay, in second example, if I attempt this paper I will get good marks. So this part is present simple part, for which I have used subordinate clause, and in main clause I have used future simple, I will get good marks. Okay, so in future simple we use helping or will, and we can also use shall in British language. For first person we use we use shall, but in American we use will for first, second and third person. Okay. Formula is subject, we use first subject, then helping verb, verb first form, then object. Negative, subject, helping verb, then not, verb first form and object. In interrogative we use helping verb first, subject, verb first form and then object. For example, I will go to school tomorrow. Okay, this time tells what? Future plan. I will not go to school tomorrow. Or interrogative I can use will I go to school tomorrow. Okay, if I use I shall here, it is not wrong, but in British we can use shall here in place of will. I shall, with I and we can use shall, but in American we do not use shall. So in both cases this is right. Okay students, I hope you got the idea of future simple. Thank you.